I decided to look at something. So, power rankings always get people talking. And they always talk about standings. And I thought, you know what? Let's discuss the standings. Let's prorate out where everybody ends up if they continue to play on their current pace for the entire season. Some interesting things show up. So, I'm going to try to put this in order, because it's easy to not notice that teams have games in hand and all this stuff. So who'd be number one? The President's Trophy goes to Tampa Bay with 121 points. That's about right. That sounds about right. That's off that gaudy, they were going to get about 130 points they were at a couple weeks ago. I think 121 is about right. Number two would be the St. Louis Blues with 120. Now, the odds of two teams finishing with 120 points or more, well, we're in the age of 3-point games, and we're looking at some really sensational teams right now. So I wouldn't bet against it. The weird one is Las Vegas at 116. Vegas would be third overall. Third. Fourth, the New Jersey Devils with 114 points. Again, I don't expect these gaudy totals to keep up, but it's an interesting stat. Isn't it? Number 5, Nashville. And now this doesn't take into account today's game. I'm recording this during today's game. Currently on pace for 112 points before today's game. Then in 6th, there's a tie between two teams. Columbus and Winnipeg with 111. So there's your top 7. Next up is number 8, New York Islanders, who finish with 107 points. This is on their current pace. So there you go. The Islanders are 8th on this one, if they go at their current pace. 9th, this is where people are going to jump to attention. The Toronto Maple Leafs are on pace for 101 points right now. So they would finish 9th in the NHL. Tampa's up here. Jersey's here. Columbus is here. Islanders there. So Toronto would finish about 5th in their conference at their current pace. Number 10, the Los Angeles Kings, 99 points. So there's a bit of a separation here because I'm prorating out over a full schedule from 23 to 25 games. So it doesn't take much for this to change pretty dramatically. It's just an interesting thing just for fun. Remember, this is just for fun. I don't know if the internet knows what that is anymore. 11th place, San Jose, 97 points. 12th place, Calgary with 96. So the Flames, San Jose, LA, all tight together there. I'm only going to go to 16. 13 would be Washington, 95 points. Which is a drop for them, but still a half-decent season for them. Then we've got a 2-team tie for 14th between, and again, this doesn't include today's game because it's still happening at the time I'm doing this. With 93 points each, it's the New York Rangers. And then this is where it gets weird. 16th. It's a big old tie. Not Dav. I don't know what. Like Dave. Dave is going to have this many points. The team of Dave. There are 4 teams on pace for 89 points. Pittsburgh, Dallas, Vancouver, Minnesota. Again, this doesn't include today's games. It's an interesting thing to look at. Prorated, there you go. At their current paces. Tampa and St. Louis are clashing for the President's Trophy. Vegas is the greatest expansion team in the history of professional sports. And New Jersey has the greatest turnaround we've ever seen in the NHL. And Winnipeg doesn't look too bad either. And it's 9th place before you get out of... Well, it's 10th place before you get out of the 100-point teams. It's a 100-point team all the way down to 9th place. So there you go. Interesting little information of the day. Because, like I said, there's always teams with games in hand. And sometimes when we look at the standings, we don't pay much attention to that. And prorated, this is how the standings would end up. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. And hey, I know some of these are going to come up. Some of these are going to come down. It's just for fun. I'll talk to you again soon.